On politics, a recent research on the state of meat consumed in the country has revealed that high levels of drug-resistant bacteria. The research conducted on various samples of beef and pork by the World Animal Protection showed that the continuous consumption of the meat may result into multiple drug resistance due to the high levels of antibiotics used by farmers while rearing the animals. Helen Aura has that story.
Nyama, 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 nyama. Oh, so delicious, and quite the delicacy for many Kenyans. But that delicacy may soon alter the life of many if left unchecked. A study conducted by the Kenya Medical Research Institute in partnership with the World Animal Protection now indicates that meat sold in the country may be more harmful than beneficial.
We went to the 6 leading supermarkets in 2020. We collected pig, pork and chicken meat. We then sent them to Kenya Medical Research Institute because we are not a research organization. And working with the scientists at KEMRI, we were then able to, one, isolate organisms. And we'll say that in almost 90% of the samples, we isolated an organism, a bacteria in this case. And then what we then did with the bacteria was, one, to then identify the bacteria so that we know whether they are disease-causing organisms. And in this case, some of the bacteria were the normal ones, like E. coli, Escherichia coli, which is...
According to the findings of the 393 samples collected, 98.4% of pork and 96.6% of poultry were contaminated with high levels of bacteria. Among the 611 bacterial isolates recovered, 38.5% were multi-drug resistant. Patients infected with multi-drug resistant bacteria tend to have a worse treatment outcome when compared to those infected with the more susceptible organisms. This is because of the overexposure to the antibiotics from the foods they consume.
If we do not cater and use the antibiotics that we have properly, we then end up in a situation where we might have a challenge with treating normal human conditions. And for us as an organization, we are saying that it starts with how we handle our animals, how we manage the animals in production systems, how we ensure that they have enough food and water, how we ensure that the spaces they are living in or the houses they are living in are hygienically clean, well ventilated, and meet certain standards. How we ensure that the animal is vaccinated, because some of these diseases, it's easier to manage them easier and cheaper to manage it at animal levels than at human level.
So far, key of the antibiotics that have been marked to soon be drug resistant are tetracycline and penicillin, which are commonly used in the treatment of many ailments. Helen Aura, NTV.